The Last of Us Part 2, the most overrated game of the year. Did I hate The Last of Us Part 2? No. In fact, I think this is a really great game, but this is nowhere near a 10 out of 10 masterpiece that everyone who seems to be friends with Neil Druckmann claims it is. I don't need to tell you what The Last of Us is. If you haven't played Part 1, please go play it first. It's a far superior game and only one of 3 games I've ever given a 10 out of 10 to. Now that those people are gone, Last of Us Part 2 picks up where we left off. Sort of. This is a bit of a fallout of Joel and Ellie. Again, sort of. It's complicated. A game that hops all over timelines all the way back to the day Joel decides a second chance at being a father outweighed a potential cure for humanity. There's fighting, there's pain, there's regret, there's love, there's forgiveness, there's hopelessness. Every emotion you could imagine The Last of Us Part 2 smacks you with. However, it's just not an enjoyable game to play through. Here you have a chance to play as Joel, but barely. You'll mostly play as Ellie and a new character, Abby, both on a revenge mission. And of course, with Ellie branching out and you playing as a new character, Last of Us Part 2 introduces a whole new cast of characters, and they're all awful. Every last one of them. This is the most unlikable cast of characters in a game in recent memory. And in a game all about story, characters are important. I even ended up disliking Ellie, one of my favorite characters in video game history, by the end of this game. Heck, even within the game's first few hours of about 20. She's become such an annoying hipster. And while this aspect of her fades the darker the game gets, other aspects of her come out that just ruin that character for me. But on to the actual gameplay. The Last of Us Part 2 is some of the most fun stealth in a game I've ever played. This feels more like an Assassin's Creed game and less like a Resident Evil like the last game. Even the infected are easier to deal with. In fact, this game in general is more accessible and overall just easier for better or for worse. And the world here is filled with the most detail I've ever seen in a game. Literally every square foot of this game is filled with unimaginable detail. And load times here are near instantaneous after dying. It blew my mind numerous times. However, I feel like the passion put into the world building and detail crafting was all for none, as The Last of Us Part 2 quickly becomes a repetitive bore. You constantly juggle, climb through buildings, crawl through grass. Climb through buildings, crawl through grass, with occasional surprise like a museum or aquarium. But it just becomes so painful to play at times because of how bloated The Last of Us Part 2 feels. It took me 3 weeks to get through this game just because I'd lose interest so fast while playing. Thankfully, the final few hours of this game we get some fresh variety. But a game like this that does nothing new has no business being beyond 15 hours. It just doesn't. Stealth, collect, craft. You played the first game. It's all the same here, just more fine-tuned, but with such unmemorable levels. They all blur together with only a couple standout moments, and I just expect more from a Naughty Dog game. Ultimately, The Last of Us Part 2 is a great game. I do appreciate the attempt at a bold storytelling approach with multiple characters, getting multiple story perspectives of the same story, and I appreciate the detail. But this game is great in the way that pizza is great. Too much and you have a tummy ache. This is The Last of Us Part 2. It's bloated and boring. It becomes repetitive so fast, and again, the characters are just so unlikable, it was really hard for me to get through. And any good this series had, the game's director Neil Druckmann just spits on and throws in the trash. I don't regret playing this game, but I am disappointed in the overall delivery of a potentially crazy story. I give The Last of Us Part 2 an 8.5 out of 10. If you played The Last of Us Part 2, tell me what you thought about it down in the comment section below. If you haven't played it, tell me if you plan on picking it up. Thumbs up. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Instagram at Superkengaming. Thanks for watching, and of course, stay beautiful.
If I ever were to lose you, I'd surely lose myself. Everything I have found here, I'm not found by myself. Try and sometimes you'll succeed to make this man of me. All my stolen missing parts I've no need for any more, 'cause I believe, and I believe 'cause I can see our future days, days of you and me.
If you thought that video was good, you should probably watch this video. The very video that's on your screen right now that YouTube hand selected for you out of all my thousands of videos. This is the one that I want you to watch next. And make sure you're subscribed because I'm not a genie or anything, but I'm pretty sure you get 42 years of bad luck if you made it this far into my video and you're not subscribed. You don't have to subscribe. I'm just looking out for you. I'm just looking out for your luck and your life.